they said, don't hang that noose on that tree. And I said, oh, wow. They said, because they don't know how to act and they will start violence. I said, the only violence I've seen is a group of thugs that be hiding behind a badge called a sheriff. The only thugs I have seen since I've been here are hiding in a building across town behind a badge that says sheriff. Come on now. I know what a thug is. Yeah. And I know the picture you want to paint of a thug. But if you want a real picture of what a thug is, the sheriff can show up today, and I'll point him out. Come on now. I'm going to say this about this. You see, this, just for the record, everybody, I didn't hang this, so don't get mad at me. You said don't hang it, so I didn't. But now that it's hung, let's talk about it. Come on now. See, black folk aren't going to go crazy. Brown folk ain't going to go crazy over this right here. You know why? Because we don't see this every day. But symbolically, we live under this every day. Huh? Huh? Like, so, black folk, this make you want to go tear something up? No, you live under this. Yeah. We just paint the picture so they can see it. Come on now. Huh? I mean, I had a very nice man. His race does not matter. His race should not matter, but culture is everything. This man happened to tell me, well, do you understand what that new symbol? What? I mean, I know you're just used to spitting these things out, but just take a minute to remember who the heck you're talking to. And if you're talking to me like that, I know you're talking to these folks like that. You hear me? And so I called them out today to hang me today. Because my life is no more important than anybody's life. Jameer Rice, George Floyd, anybody here. Huh? And I mean that. My predecessor, Dr. King, Reverend Jackson, what made them special is that they're not special. They're average people who've done extraordinary things for others. That's it. So this is symbolic. And it's for hanging innocent people. But there's two things I've never seen. And maybe I'll see them before this is over. Is a UFO and a rich white person getting beat by the police. Come on now. Now, you make this very clear. This ain't about black and white no more. No. Around the country, the whites are making the movement, making the power, donating money and everything else. Still here. Took the noose off. Symbolic. Thank you, my brother. But to my Caucasian brothers and sisters, now this is your battle too, because segregation has not changed. It's just changed clothes. What you're doing here in this beautiful state of Oklahoma is you made poverty illegal, and you're gonna build these big prisons. And who you gonna put in them? I mean, I was just at this building the other day, and I hear screams of help of people being in pain and need help. And then, so I went to the hospital, and I'm asking the hospital, what the hell going on? I mean, you're not talking about civil rights, you're talking about human rights. I mean, that's what makes this nation better than every other nation, is that we're civilized. We don't allow people to just die or be killed, right? But if you hold one in jail, I mean, that symbolizes a whole nother thing, right? But I don't want to talk about negativity because it's more than that. Negativity is what we decided to not talk about when that tape first came out, the recording first came out. The noose wasn't an issue then, but the noose is an issue now. Why?
Say it again.
I'm going to tell you right now, anybody here commits a crime, I'll be the first to press charges on you. First. Do you know why? Because I expect us to be kings and queens and not fall into that trap of being what they want you to be and justifying what they want to. We have been dealing with bull crap for so long. It's just another day. But we will not repeat 1980 in Alabama, Oklahoma. And please believe that if there is no justice, there will be no peace. You understand what I'm saying? But there's something else that's got us, it's symbolic. And it's this right here. This is very symbolic to me. And no matter all the controversy that goes on about this, I love this. And I stand way behind every single thing, every word that this stands for. Every single word. But there's a problem. It's the people themselves who don't stand by the words that are supposed to represent for this. It's the people that took oath and swore to uphold an oath of due process of law that they themselves aren't following. I don't believe in mob rule. It's the only way women and minorities are going to get justice in this country. We have to go by due process of law. It's the only way we have. But to get, if Lady Justice is blind and the scales of justice are equal, well then how are we so disproportionate in this country with crime rates and things like that? If 83% of all crimes in America are committed by white people, not that they're bad, because there's way more white people. There's just way more white people. Now men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That's why I talk about numbers. Then how come, and Reverend will tell you, there's not real thing, there should be no racism because science shows that we're the exact same. So if we're the exact same, the scales of justice are equal, Lady Justice herself is blind. And the average American every day commits 3 crimes. It's everybody. Well then how come in every single state there are more minorities incarcerated than there are free? I'm not a mathematician. I don't know. Maybe somebody can walk me through that. I don't know. But I will say this, and I mean it. I'm not going to mince words with people. It took a lot of time and money to get here. Hell, I don't know if you know from D.C., Alabama, you can't get here. You know, I mean, you just can't make it. But I didn't come here for violence because I'm anti-violence. I also didn't come here to play around. I retired from football in 07. You hear me? Because I ain't got time for games. So what I'm about to do here is they can slide through the back because I'm about to give you their address where they sleep at night. There's a number I want everybody to take down real quick. You got your phone? Are you recording? $405 521 3921. Say it again. 405 521 3921. You lock that in, And everybody continue to call this number over and over and over, because that is the Oklahoma Attorney General, who feels that there has not been a crime committed by a recorder. Now, I don't know for sure. I don't know Oklahoma law, but I have a feeling if me and somebody else were having that conversation, that I would be incarcerated instantly, I would think. But if it's not a crime to joke about hanging black people, but then come show me what it looks like. I heard about it, but you refuse to teach in your schools. So if you can't teach in your schools and you can laugh about it with your elected officials, well, just come show me. I volunteered myself.
Sure.
Come show me what it is. And it's maybe not a crime. Yes? I heard a story. Y'all gonna let me talk? Can I talk for a minute?
Come on.
I heard a story, a tragic story, that a young lady, what y'all don't know is I came in during the tornado when I donated to help people out. Nobody really did proud of me because it meant something to me. And I'm not telling you because I want to teach, I'm just telling you because I've been here. And I heard a story, and this story told me about Idabel, Oklahoma. There was a young lady in a car accident, and she caught on fire. She caught on fire.
Yes, sir.
And what I heard was this community came together, red, yellow, brown, black, and white, and showed what Idabel, Oklahoma is all about.
This man's the truth, y'all.
And not the fact that it matters or should matter, it's the fact that this young lady happened to be a white woman, and I pray that she's okay, and I pray that happens, and thank God, and thank you, Idabel, for that. That's humane. But what really disturbed me later on, that's the image I had for Idabel, Oklahoma. But man, I'm gonna say this, and you can't get mad at me for telling the truth. I heard that this young lady's mother, instead of being grateful, had the nerve to talk about another citizen unfortunately lost her life in a fire.
Yes.
And maybe I'm wrong because I refuse to listen to the recording because I don't want to be biased, but I think she said, quote, barbecue. Barbecue. You guys familiar? I mean, I love barbecue. That's my favorite food in the whole world.
Yeah.
That's celebration. That's celebration. But this child, this lady who lost her life, does not have a name here across the nation. She is barbecue.
Barbecue.
And this is somebody who's making decisions in your community. And the longer you stay in, the more stuff surfaces. And boy, Idabel, Oklahoma, there's a lot of stuff under your rug, but please believe I'm about to rip that thing up.
Hey!
They can sit back there and get my driver's license, all this other stuff. They can do what they want to me, but I tell you what, until you start taking care of the folks in there. And then I'm asking, and I'm demanding that due to the department by their own actions, that every single person who has been given a fine, citation, or been to jail, or in jail now, be set free effective immediately.
Right now.
Right now.
Until they do the right thing. It is hard for me to say.
Now.
It is hard for me to say. No, just let them free because we don't know who did what, right? Yeah, we don't know who's a criminal. Well, I know who is. And they free. And working. That is a grade A thug. Grade A thug. But I'm gonna leave you with this. When I travel the country, I see these activists who've been fighting for justice for so long, and they're tired. They're tired. Some of them come up to me and say, hey, I've marched with Reverend Jackson in 76. And I'm like, man, that's awesome. A couple of them say, I marched with King in 64. Wow. You know, I don't have any stories like that. I mean, you're going to say that I come to Alabama and stir up trouble in 03 or whatever, you know, I get there. They said the news was offensive. But the other day, I seen a Confederate flag with Donald Trump going by. And you can believe what you want to believe. But when he circled me, it looked like he was trying to be intimidating. Like this news is intimidating. But if you don't believe that this is not intimidating anymore to us, you haven't been to a public restroom anywhere in America when it says what they want to do to people of color, when it says what they want to do to people who are brown or who don't feel the way they want to. That's an issue. But I'm going to leave you with this real quick, because you don't leave on negativity. We're winning. We're winning. Reverend Jackson says, I asked Reverend, I said, is this the worst the country's ever been? He says, he just looked at me. Like, are you crazy? I mean, I thought about it. He said, sometimes you just got to go up that mountain just a little higher to look back down and see how far we came. And I realized something. Yesterday, the country was better than it's ever been, and today it's better than it was yesterday. Well, what's confusing is that social media and the news puts out negativity, because negativity sells. We pay for negativity. Does that make sense? So it controls the narrative, and it feels as though we're losing. But leave no doubt, we are winning. So here I'm going to tell you a story. There is a little girl, and she starts driving her car for the first time. She just got a license, scared to death. And she starts driving, and she's like, Dad, I don't know. Y'all can save me a seat or I'm going through the window. She said, I don't know, Dad. I don't know if I should drive. And they said, yeah, baby, you got this. Keep going. So she drives, and it gets a little cloudy. Gets a little dark. She says, Dad, I should pull over. He said, no, baby, keep going. Keep going. It starts raining hard. People start pulling over. Professional drivers start pulling over. She's like, Dad, what should I do? He said, baby, you got to keep going. So then the wind's blowing. Everybody pulls over. They can't see. He says, you keep driving. And all of a sudden, the rain goes away. Sun pops out. She's happy. He says, baby, pull over. Pull over. We already made. He said, now get out. She got out. He said, turn around and tell me what you see. She said, I see a storm. And a lot of people in the storm. You see, you're in a storm right now, Idabelle. Don't stop in the storm. You got to persevere and push through the storm. It's the people who stop in the storm, stay in the storm. You understand? You got a dope problem in Idabelle. I see that. It's because you got a hope problem. You solve your hope problem, you'll solve your dope problem. If you don't solve your hope problem, you build a bigger jail. But you don't talk about mental health. You won't put no money in halfway houses or rehabilitation centers, because your goal is to put all the poor people here in jail. And like I said, remember this: if there is no justice, there will be no peace. Thank you.